How's it going? Today I'm going to go over a little secret strategy no one's ever told you within the game of trading. I'm going to go over why I win so many trades and what trade I took, all live within this video. You'll hear my thoughts, my analysis, my bias, everything. Stay tuned. Let's go. Alright everybody, today I got a little live trades I'll go over. We'll see what I'll take. Right now it is 9:11 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. It's a Monday, no news, so it's going to be a slower day in the markets. I'm going to go over what I see. I'm going to go over what's happening in the markets and see if we'll take a trade. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit sick. There's something going around, but that don't stop me. Nothing stops me, so we're going to hop into the markets. We'll see what's going on. Let's go. As you can see, we have these 4-hour lows here. Last night in an Asian session in pre-market, we were bouncing between this little 4-hour fair value gap, had a bearish reaction off of it, created these 4-hour highs. And leaning me towards bearish. If it's not obvious by now, we've been chopping bearish for a while. And what I would like to see today, we got hourly highs here, and we also have hourly highs up here. I would like to see price come up into these 15-minute highs right here and right here. We also have this 15-minute fair value gap here. I'd like to see price do something a little bit like this, you know, off a rip. We go like this, break 5-minute structure, come up and hit highs. God damn. Target those lows. Hit this fair value gap too while we're in it. This 15-minute high with the fair value gap above it is my highest draw on liquidity. That's what I would like to see happen for us to go lower. So I wouldn't mind taking a short if there's an opportunity right off of market open and in the macro. But if there isn't, I'm not going to force a trade today, obviously. Don't want to do that. It's a no news Monday. But that's mainly my bias for the day, is either taking a long after we get some high time frame breaks of structure or market shifts of structure up into these highs, or if we just want to fly up there right away and in the macro continue lower, I'll take a trade off that. Otherwise, I'm not taking any trades today. And let's go over the S&P. The S&P, go the 4-hour, pretty much the same thing, chopping with this within this 4-hour fair value gap. We have these 4-hour lows here. Would like to see those get targeted as well. Don't see any obvious SMTs. There might be some on the lower time frame. Don't see any now on the higher time frames. Drop down to the 15-minute highs. Both the same highs as NASDAQ. I'd like to see price come up into these highs here within the 15-minute fair value gap, and then continue lower. So yeah, that's my bias for the day. My hand smells like gasoline because I went to get some gas this morning and the pump wasn't working, so I kept squeezing the trigger, you know, and then that trigger, I pulled it out a little bit, squeezed it, and that shit went everywhere, all over my car, all over me. I had to change. My hand still smells like it. I was puffing fumes the whole drive back to my house. Definitely lost some bracelets, but that's all right. Don't really matter because I'm a trader, right? But yeah, there we go. That's my bias for the day. I'll keep you all updated. I'll go over if there's any setups, go over what I see later on. Alright, as you can tell on the 5-minute, we have this 5-minute high. If we break that high, that'll give me a little bit more confluence that we want to go up higher. This is all in pre-market, so I'm just going to wait a little bit. Wait until this 950 macro, and then we'll go from there. Market just opened, and we are dumping. We pretty much created an SMT up here. As you can see, the correlation between the NASDAQ and the S&P, we got an SMT right here of these highs. Right about here. And price is just dumping right away in the morning. Now, that doesn't surprise me. But I would have liked to see a little bit of chop up so we could catch a move down. But now it's kind of just going crazy straight down in these lows. And if it hits them right away, I'm not going to be looking to trade. Simple as that. The NASDAQ just disrespected this 1-minute fair value gap. It's too close to tell in the S&P. I'd like to see another candle close above. We have this inverse fair value gap right here. Just waiting for price to generate some price action now. See what we can read off of it. Looks like we're about to create this 5-minute fair value gap on the NASDAQ. I'd like to see what price wants to do off of this. You have 10 minutes until the macro starts. This would be a good possible trade. If we just wanted to target these 4-hour lows off this 5-minute fair value gap, I'd like to see a bearish 5-minute close along with some 1-minute confirmation. But right now we're respecting bullish price action on the 1 minute on the S&P 500. On the S&P, this inverse fair value gap got respected, got a little tap into it along with this 1 minute fair value gap right here that overlapped it. And it's starting to get legs up. Wouldn't be surprised to see these highs get targeted. And I wouldn't also mind an SMT at those highs. You can see as price came up on that leg, it came into this 5-minute breaker block. It tapped into it and then just dumped. We got a bearish reaction off of it at least. Could be looking for shorts, targeting those lows. I want to see price come up into a 1 minute fair value gap. At least this right here. And I'll be looking for a short within there. Macro starts in 2 minutes as well. Keep that in mind. Let's see what this trade would look like. My stops above these highs. Targeting those lows. TP1 would be these lows too. TP2 would be those 4-hour lows. If we get a bearish close on this candle, I'll take the trade. Alright, we closed within it, so I'm going to wait for another candle. Damn. Okay, so we're dumping right now. Honestly, that's a bit far of a dump for me to take it. I want to come up a little bit more. This is what it would be like if I took it right now. So I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to force that. I guess that's what you get for being patient, but you know what? Rather be patient and miss out on a trade than jump into too many trades right away. And we'd still look for entries on this too. We know that we respected this and we wanted to hit these lows, but I still think we want to go lower. So we'll wait and see. Looks like the S&P is lagging index, obviously. All right, we hit those 4-hour lows. If I think we're going lower, I can look to take a trade on the S&P to target those lows. Looks like we have high time frame lows on the daily. We do have daily lows right here. I would not mind taking a trade on the S&P 500, but I need some more confluence. Not looking to force anything. And I do expect a little bit of buy pressure coming in after we hit these lows. That'll help S&P come up into that 1 minute fair value gap. All right, looks like we're coming up into that 1 minute fair value gap. We'll see what we want to do here. We did just hit these lows on the NASDAQ, so we're gonna get some buying pressure, of course. But how much is the question? And how much are we going to respect bearish order flow yet? Looks like we respected it. I'm going to wait for one more candle close, and then we'll see. I want a bearish close. My stops above the candle that created the fair value gap. Right there. I'm just being patient right now. Target 1, these lows. Waiting for that bearish close. Never got it. Closed within it. I'm not too worried about the bearish SMT or the bullish SMT right now. I think this SMT is put in place to create some more orders to balance out some imbalances and then continue lower. All right, just entered short off of that candle. TP1 at these lows. Stop loss above this candle that created the fair value gap. It's going in our direction so far. TP1 hit. It hit on my broker. Took off TP1. Took off half the position. Moving stops to break even. That 4-hour draw is still high confluence in my opinion. Crazy thing is I wasn't even going to look for a trade today unless it was obvious and clear. And this was obvious and pretty clear to me. The S&P was the lagging index. Created an SMT of market open highs. And we still had those 4-hour draws on liquidity that we hit on the NASDAQ, yet to hit on the S&P. Probably the clearest trade I've taken in a while. Shiba's about to hit TP2 for me. Shiba, are you going to close the position? Close the position for me. Alright, you getting ready to close it? Give you the mouse. Here. Alright, she said nah. She don't want to take that trade. It's alright though. Edging this TP right now. Literally edging it. Come on, man. Just hit it. I'm blaming this on Shiba if I get stopped out at break even here. Shiba edged my TP. What the hell? I'm not gonna name the video that. Or should I? No, that's crazy. The macro's over. Like, what are you doing, man? Just hit it. Oh, I see what you're doing. Just coming up and balancing out price action a little bit before you want to go lower in this 5 minute fair value gap. I don't blame you. Do what you gotta do, but I trust you're gonna go down. If not, we might have to get a little. I did this one time and it worked. Don't judge me on my drawings. My computer is so laggy right now, bro. Alright. It's better go down. Like, I'm starting to threaten it now. That might be the worst. The worst drawing of a gun ever. You guys can tell me what that looks like. It's got one of two options. Go down or face the hidden strategy. There, that's better. That's more like it. I like that. Yes, I'm still on this trade. This might be the longest video ever recorded. If it would just hit it, bro. I might have to move it. Like right now, it's just like on his toes. I need to aim it at your head, S&P. What is that? Make it like this. Bro, what did I do? I copied it? Alright, that's even better. We got the dualies on you. You better listen now. The dualies? You made me whip out the dually. You better hit it. Let's go! Oh, there we go. Thank you, S&P 500. I'll take these off you now. There's no more need for that. I'll keep my runners on. I'll just keep a trailing stop, honestly. I'll put my stop above this 5-minute fair value gap. But I'm done recording for the day. That's a profitable trade. That's a good trade in my opinion. You know, we had the SMT, bearish SMT on the 5-minute between the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. And then we also get NASDAQ respecting bearish order flow. Missed my entry because we had a big ass candle. Okay. We had a big ass candle on the S&P. Wasn't able to get in that trade. You know, we came up. We hit those 4-hour lows after that. We came up with some buying pressure. I knew that the S&P was lagging, so I wanted to see those 4-hour lows get targeted. Saw it come up into this 1-minute fair value gap. Took my trade off a 1-minute fair value gap, bearish close, and then the rest is history. You know, we used some hidden techniques. Took out the cat. That's a hidden scroll right there. Like that's something you use in a video game on certain levels. You know, But yeah, that's what I did. That's how I made. Let me go to it. Today, P&L. $1,160. Hit a 1 to 2. And you know what? That's a good trade in my opinion. I'm happy with it. Done for the day. Hope you guys learned something. Stay disciplined. Stay tuned. Keep using my new strategies that I come out with. And you know what? Y'all gonna make it. Peace out.